Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on students.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select that from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 9 math, and then click on view all lessons. And there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter. Ratios, rates, and proportions. The lessons we're going to cover today are identify equivalent ratios, unit rates, unit prices, and solve proportions. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Yeah, right now, the chapter we're on right now is ratios, rates, and proportions with the first lesson that is identify equivalent ratios. Are these ratios equivalent 4 to 1 and 20 to 5? So let's just write them in the fractional form that is 4 over 1 equals 20 over 5. So let's just cross multiply. You have to do 4 times 5 and 20 times 1. So 4 times 5 is 20 and 20 times 1 is 20. So the fractions are equivalent. The ratios are equivalent. The fractions are equivalent. Let's just start with the test questions. Are these ratios equivalent 5 to 3 and 10 to 6? 5 to 3 and 10 to 6. Let's just write them down in the fractional form. 5 by 3 and 10 by 6. Now just cross multiply. 5 times 6 equals 10 times 3. So 5 times 6 is 30 and 10 times 3 is 30. So both sides are exactly equal. That means yes, the ratios are equivalent. Option number 1 is the correct option. These ratios equivalent. 2 to 1 and 20 to 10. That is 2 ratio 1 and 20 ratio 10. Let's just write them down in the fractional form. So now you have to cross multiply. 10 times 2 is 20 and 20 times 1 is 20. So option number 1 is the correct option. Yes, they are equivalent. Yes, they are equivalent. These ratios equivalent 1 to 5 and 3 to 15. So which is the correct option? That is 1 over 5 equals 3 over 15. So which is the correct option? Yes, the ratios are equivalent. Option number 1 is the correct option. Yes, they are equivalent. Are these ratios equivalent 1 to 4 and 5 to 20, which is the correct option? Yes, they are exactly equivalent. Option number 1 is the correct option. The fractions are equivalent. Are these ratios equivalent 3 to 1, 18 to 6? Yes, they are equivalent. Option number 1 is the correct option. Are these ratios equivalent 2 to 5 and 17 to 14 to 20? Option number No, they are not equivalent option. The two is the correct option. This shows equivalent 1 to 3 and 2 to 6. Yes, they are equivalent. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is unit rates. Let's just start with the lesson. Find the unit rates. 28 plates in two stacks. So you need to find how many plates per stack. So a unit rate is a rate where the second amount is 1 unit. Basically, when you have to calculate the price of one thing, that means you are not going to calculate the unit rate. So 28 plates in two stacks, you need to calculate how many plates per stack. So you have to divide 28 by 2. So 28 divided by 2 is 14. Let's just start with the test questions. 20 kilometers in 2 hours. So which is the correct option? So 20 kilometers in 2 hours, you need to find how many kilometers per hour. So you have to divide 20 by 2. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. So that means 10 kilometers per hour. Option number one is the correct option. Find the unit rate. 24 chairs at 6 tables. So 6, 24 divided by 6 is 4. That means one table has 4 chairs. So 4 chairs per table. Find the unit rate. 21 deliveries in 3 hours. That is 7 deliveries per hour. Option number one is the correct option. Find the unit rate 44 orders in 4 days. So, how many orders per day? That is 11 orders per day. Option number one is the correct option. Find the unit rate 30 rooms on 2 floors. That is 15 rooms per floor. Option number two is the correct option. That is 4 passengers per car. Option number three is the correct option. $33 in 3 minutes. That is 11 liters per minute. Option number one is the correct option. Find the unit rate 24 sit-ups in 2 days. That is 12 sit-ups per day. Option number one is the correct option. Also, you can Complete the lesson by yourself. Later today, let's just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is unit prices. Six pack of coffee mug cost $11.22. What is the unit price? So the price $11.22 is the price for six pack of coffee mugs, right? You need to calculate the price of one mug. So you have to divide 11.22 by 6. So 11.22 divided by 6 is $1.87. So let's just start with the test questions. An 8 kilogram bag of potatoes cost $15.36. What is the unit price? Unit price means you're going to calculate the price of 1 kg bag of potatoes, right? So you have to divide 15.36 by 8 just to calculate the price of per kg potatoes, right? So 15.36 divided by 8 is 1.90 per kg. Option number one is the correct option. Option number one is the correct option. Nine pack of plastic flowers pot cost $10.71. What is the unit price? So let's just divide 10.71 divided by 10 equals 1. Now, sorry, divided by 9 equals 1.19 per shot. Option number per pot. Option number two is the option that is $1.19 per pot. A 7-pound bag of green peppers cost $4.20. What is the unit price? So you have to divide $4.20 by 7. So the correct option is 0.60 per pound. Option number two is the correct option. A 3 meter roll of fabric costs $7.59. What is the unit price? 7.59 divided by 3 per meter. Option number one is the correct option. A six-pack of water bottles costs $3. What is the unit price? So, which is the correct option? That is 0.50 per bottle. Option number two is the correct option. A 9 meter roll of white paper costs $3.24. What is the unit price? So, you need to calculate the price of the per meter roll. So, you have to divide it by 3.24 divided by 9 equals 0.36 per meter. Option number one is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself. It would let me just move into next lesson. The next lesson is solve proportions. Solve proportions. Let's just start with your test questions. Solve for j in the proportion 4 by 5 equals j over 20. So just cross multiply. We have to do j times 5 equals 20 times 4. Divide both sides by 5. So 5 and 5 cancel out. J equals 5 times 4 is 20. So 4 times 4 is 16. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is J equals 16. Solve for W in the proportion. W over 12 equals 12 times 18. So W equals 12 times 12. Just cross multiply this 12 other side and divide it by 18. So which is the correct option? So 12 times 12 divided by 18 is 8. Option number 2, 1 is the correct option. 8 it is. Option 1 is the correct option. Solve for f. F over 14 equals 5 over 7. So you just have to cross multiply f equals 14 times 5 over 7. So 7 times 1 is 7. You can simplify here. 7 times 2 is 14. So 5 times 2 is 10. The correct option is 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 10. Solve for r in the proportion. So r equals 15, sorry, r equals 15 times 4. Just multiply 15 other side. divided by 6. So 15 times 4 is 60 and 60 divided by 6 is the correct option is option number 2, that is 10. Solve for m over 12 equals 10 over 8. So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, 15 meters. Solve for m in the proportion. So which is the correct option? That is m equals 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. The chapter we were working on is ratios, rates, and proportions. The lessons we have covered today are identify equivalent ratios, unit rates, unit prices, and solve proportions. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice for the lessons. We just your homework until the next session. So if you know of the lessons, you can simply click on the like that button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can write down the question in chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions, if you have any, you can be write them box. I'm here. to answer all and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See